here we are. Think I would say it's the pinnacle at the moment of my findings. It was a tough one to crack. And it takes something very simple to look at, but something hard to, how would you say, translate. And it takes a lot of research and comparisons. And I'll explain it to you in a minute. The first thing I want to do, debunking this whole marriage, is debunking the wedding in a sense. There was no real photos of them signing anything. There was a photo of them close to the book, but did you see them sign a book? Did you see? Maybe revisit the actual ceremony and see whether you can actually confirm that it was genuine and real, other than a cosplay performance of a century that cost, over 130 million pound of the taxpayers' money? Yeah. Shameful. Really upsets me. Shameful. But let's start with debunking what I know that can easily be debunked, which is the wedding reception. Firstly, I don't know if you followed all of the media. This is going to be just a quick debriefing. Basically, they changed it from a lunch reception only, with Elton John playing the piano, to an evening party with Idris Elba DJing, or before that there was another guy DJing, like a techno DJ. Can you believe that? And then they were going to have, like, I think pizza, or I can't remember, ping pong or something ludicrous as well. And then they tried to say in the end that it was both. They had a lunch reception and then they had an evening reception, which doesn't make much sense. And there's no real understanding of when the family were invited, because the family weren't there in that evening reception. And those photos are heavily photoshopped. So I will leave that to others to debunk once I debunk this. This is for me, the most important stuff is the actual, for me, it's the facts and the legitimacy of documentation. But let's go ahead and debunk the reception. So lunch turned to evening, Elton John turned to DJ Totally, then a band. Because that band in the Netflix photography, like, how could you have a DJ, have a band? Because the first song was meant to be some sort of, I don't know, it wasn't Whitney Houston, let's just say that, with Idris Elba. My name is... The palace states that the reception was a lunchtime event with Elton John only performing. He then turns to DJ Totally playing house music. It then turns to Elton John and DJ Totally playing house music, performing, not the band here, and it turns into this.
Community hall, the reception. This was like a big deal. And they're good friends, and I wanted to make sure they had a great time, so it was a lot of pressure.
Do you know what song you're going to play when you kick off the party?
No, but I have a collection of songs that any one of them could be a good kickoff. And Megan had sent me a playlist, so I knew what she wanted already.
I just really wanted the music to be fun. Even our first dance, Song of a Thousand Dances, a thousand. I always get it wrong.
1, 2, 3. All right.
alligator.
There you go.
Do the alligator. That was our first dance. It was so fun. It was just
She can't even pretend to be that this is real. It's so funny, guys. Like, when you actually look back at this and you rewatch this, you can feel impartiality there. Like, you don't feel any emotion watching it anymore because you can just see how fake it is. You can see the way she's acting. She can't even remember a song. It's meant to be like this, like, amazing song, their first song. Come on, it didn't happen.
There you go.
do the alligator. That was our first dance. It was so fun. It was just spinning like a whirlwind. It was so great.
Oh, it makes me sick. I laugh, but this is like really upsetting at the same time. So I think it's just better that I laugh. Into what Idris Elba re-narrates what happened.
What can we look forward to?
This is an exclusive to you. Okay. Megan sent me a playlist with some bad tune on it. I don't want to go into the tune.
A few more. Come on, a couple more.
All right. Oh,
just a couple more.
There was some West Coast on it. That's what I'm saying.
Dr. Dre.
Look, I'm not going to put the business out like that. It's
Megan had some Tupac at her wedding. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not. I am not saying nothing.
You're saying West Coast. It's got to be Dre or Tupac or Snoop.
Listen, Ace.
Okay, we'll stop.
No. But seriously, ask Megan and Harry.
Movie-wise, like, what can we look forward to this?
A big DJ asks Megan and Harry. Just ask them.
I'll just ask them.
Just ask them if I'm big or not.
So that doesn't mean you played at the wedding.
No, I did play. Of course I played. But, I just said, if you want a reference, go on and ask them.
Can I just ask one question about that wedding?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me one rhythm that you played at the wedding? Just one tune.
I want to dance to somebody, Whitney Houston.
Did that go off?
What? Did that go off?
That went off, yeah?
Mate, a lot of tunes went off, Megan sent me a playlist,
she didn't.
This is an exclusive.
So Idris Elba just constantly went with this, I want to dance with somebody. You can see here the People magazine article on March the 9th, 2023. Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody, which was the royal couple's first dance song, and Dr. Dre's Still Dre were among the hits from A Star-Studded Night, Elba revealed. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's first dance song revealed, and it's an 80s pop classic. May 20th, 2018. Was this like the night they got married? Anyway. For their first dance as husband and wife, the royal newlyweds chose Whitney Houston's 1987 hit, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Reports The Telegraph. Inside the royal wedding evening reception, first dance, Meghan's speech, and DJ Idris Elba. Okay, well, I'm not going to say that, am I? Because I'm not going to sign up for that, but you get it. So at this point, they have two first songs. One, the song of 1,000 Dances that Nat can't even remember. And then we've got also Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, as the other version of events. One with the band, one with DJ Idris Elba. Both didn't happen, both photoshopped if you look at the photos. And then on top of it, that evening wedding reception I doubt very much happened. I do strongly doubt it happened. It may have happened. I doubt it happened. If anything, a lunch reception may have happened, possibly, or just the writings of it. But that would have only been it. So then you think of all the actresses and celebrities, including Serena Williams, that were all dressed up, taking those photos at the hotel that they were staying at. That wasn't the reception. That was the hotel they were staying at. Yep. Let's move on to the next one. So I found footage confirming what I debunked earlier. The evening reception was a staging. It was only an afternoon lunch reception with Elton on the piano. All that Netflix footage, mainstream media articles, and Idris Elba lying staged it. Let's have a look.
Out the window. So she's off again. Ivy's home. Out the window. So she's off again. Ivy's home. Out the window.
That annoying woman is a Canadian, I think the makeup stylist of Jessica Mulroney, that literally travelled with her to do her makeup. And what's funny is she defends Jessica Mulroney from her post, supposedly, because there was an article that came out about Jessica Mulroney, trying to be Pippa Middleton and showing her ass. Yeah, I know it's crass, but trying to compete supposedly. And then she was like, "Oh, this is terrible." She never did that. She came back to the hotel room after the reception at around 5 o'clock and stayed in the hotel all night and was on her phone. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but in the early evening, and said that she stayed in the hotel room that evening. So that would mean there was no wedding reception. Unless they're saying it was 2 days after or something like that. Makes hardly any sense. So now we're going to start off with the actual legitimacy of the marriage. And the wedding reception can easily be, or the wedding itself can easily be debunked if people take a good hard look at it and actually question the authenticity. Because it just looks, there's nothing that you can see that's concrete. And then there's all these conflicting narratives played out. But I'm going to actually debunk the marriage certificate and tell you that it's illegitimate and invalid. Because then that tells you the entire marriage is invalid. We've already proven that Nut's date of birth is not correct, so her age would be a lie on the marriage certificate. But I can even prove to you that the marriage certificate itself is fraudulent. So the way I'm going to do it is by looking at, I'm going to give you links to these documents that are public documents, okay, that I've used for comparisons. And these are the bottoms of certificates. So it doesn't have to be marriage certificates, but they're the bottoms of copies of certificates that you receive if you want to order a copy of a birth certificate, a copy of a marriage certificate, and a death certificate in the UK. Now, I want you to pay particular note to the ATY right near the stamp. And then I want you to pay particular attention to the fact that this copy was signed and certified by this is a legitimate copy, by the way, of somebody else, something else entirely, but I just want to show you that this is a format. So you've got ATY right next to the General Register Office, and then you've got that it was certified on the 23rd of September 2020. Now the reason, firstly, I want to put out the ATY is because ATY is, like I said in the Nuts birthday surprise video that I did, debunking Fauci's birth certificate. When you order a copy of a certificate, there is a UN low code, or a low code, LOCODE, and it's by the UN office and the GRO in the UK, wherever you've ordered the copy from, like what location you live in, you actually have a code. Everyone has a code, and so it keeps it like a unique identifier. So then I guess you can't kind of like reuse it or something like that. I don't know, but that ATY is a certain code for a certain location. I'll show you in a minute. But the main thing I want you to bring home here is that this was certified on the 23rd of September 2020. Now we're going to go right down to the bottom. You're going to see a code 928494 04/20 APSAISP. Like the American forms that I've just shown to you with Nuts, was it Nuts birth certificate, or was it Fiblets? Oh no, it was about the divorce. A form is only valid up to a certain point, and usually it's within the quarter that they change the validity of these certificates, of these copies. So I'm guessing the fourth quarter 2020 is when this copy of the certificate is valid, and that makes sense because we've ordered it, or this person's ordered the copy on the 23rd of September 2020. If you Google search UN low code GB for Great Britain, you can find the guide of the UN low code under UNIS. So now let's identify that location that was provided earlier. Find in page ATY ANSTI. So that then shows you the location of that it was ordered from ANSTI in the UK. Nope, only one ANSTI. So that's just to compare and to show you. We're going to go through another example. This one was ordered on the 27th of June 2022. This code, or UN low code, is SIH. Right down the bottom here, the unique code there, and then 0422. So the fourth quarter of 2022, this copy of the birth certificate was ordered, which matches with the 27th of June 2022, meaning that the last most valid form or copy of the birth certificate was provided to this person. I searched then for SIH for this version of a certificate copy, and it's Saint Athan. I hope that I've pronounced that correctly. And there's only one search result for that. This is the G and loco, you can see all of them in this code, this list that I will provide a link to. So now I'm going to show you the first copy of the marriage certificate, which is by the son. And you can see that in my comments below. I've got a saved article in there showing you that it's public information, it's a public document, it's what they've presented to the world as the legitimate marriage certificate. Now, they ordered the copy of the certificate on the 16th of March 2021. Now, this is despite all of this really questionable information listed up here that you can debunk yourself. But anyway, they ordered this on the 16th of March 2021. Now take a look at this. I can't zoom in any further than that. Right down below, the most valid form that has been provided is the fourth quarter of 2020. Right in the middle there, 04/20. For a March 2021 order of a copy of the marriage certificate. Fraudulent. And if you go back to that one that I've just shown you, you'll also see that there's no, right on the right-hand side, there's no UN low code to state where it's been ordered from, the location. Also fraudulent. So then let's have a look here. This is Daily Mail's version. It's just too many versions to go off. 23rd of March 2021, they supposedly ordered it. See how blurry it is? It's just a copy. And they've just edited the identifying code right on the left-hand side. And it's very blurry and really hard to make out, which you can have a look for yourself. But right down the bottom, you will see and you'll be able to make out that that has also, they've used the same form template of the fourth quarter of 2020. Fraudulent. Thus proving that this marriage certificate, what's been provided to us, is fraudulent. Absolutely. Doesn't exist.